imagination.
DJ Skinny.
They not for rap.
Let's go.
Who that?
Respect the DJ.
Slip and slide DJs.
My imagination. I think it's an invasion. I think it's an invasion. I think it's an invasion. Man, they not for around here. I think it's an invasion.
Lockstar.
Greetings, Earthlings, this is my introduction. They say greatness doesn't come overnight, so I'm not rushing. Spaced out swag, best believe I'm paper touching. Super stupid flow, and you bitches can't tell them nothing. UFO, uniquely flying, outstanding. All I speak is cash, I see why you don't understand. UFO, uniquely flying, outstanding. All I speak is cash, I see why you don't understand me. Got a sense for drama, so I always keep the cannon. This is the invasion, so watch out for our landing. Standing tall, never too far. Spring and summer fashion, bro, I get it in the fall. Y'all about to start hating, and I don't mind at all. I'm a thriller like MJ, and my flow is off the wall.
Who that? Who they? They're not from around. It's gotta be my imagination. I think it's an invasion. I think it's an invasion. I think it's an invasion. They not from around here. I think it's an invasion. Who that? Who they? They're not from around. It's gotta be my imagination. I think it's an invasion. I think it's an invasion. I think it's an invasion. Man, they not from around here. I think it's an invasion. Greetings, Earthlings. I am Wallow. I am Wallow. I am Wallow. I live life like there's no tomorrow. Chris King, KGNOOB. What homes you ain't know? We're UFO. Cargo, khakis, polos, and fresh kicks. That's the definition of what the cargo kids is. SOS, yes, spaced out swagger. I never do anything right, I'm backwards. I'm so galactic, so erratic. You niggas on my old swag, you can have it. The world is mine and your girl is too. So do us a favor, make room for the crew. Wow.
We're live.
And we live, baby. Welcome to the motherfucking mothership, bitches. It is another episode, actually episode 6 of season 2 of the WhoDat podcast. Welcome back. Welcome back. Nice to see all of you. Did you miss us? Of course you did. Of course you did. As always, it is me, B, the smoothest outlaw alien that you ever met. We got the Captain Demario right here. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good, man. We got a whole lot to cover this week. We have our special guest for today, our political and Americana historical fact checker, Josh. Hey, how you doing, bro?
I'm living the dream.
All right.
Dream for some.
But yeah, we got a lot to cover this week. We were already talking about one thing, but we're gonna start off with our condolences to those in Nashville.
Yeah.
Want to make sure that that's the first thing we mention. That tornado was out of nowhere. Wow, a lot of damage in a quick time. It was 2 of them, and I didn't even know about it. I was knocked out asleep, and
right.
Yeah, people were checking, but just hearing about just how bad all the damage has been, highways, downtown, homes. I actually know a girl that shot with us a couple years ago. Jasmine was just with, her roof got ripped off.
Right.
So it's a lot of people affected. If you can help out or donate, I've been seeing a lot of things go up about helping out, helping with cleaning up, helping with donating to those that have lost a whole lot.
Right.
I don't know what category it was. You know what category the tornadoes were?
I heard that it was 3, probably category 3. That's pretty high for this area.
Damn. Wow.
Okay.
And both of them?
I would
because they both did some damage.
You hate to think of it, but I would think if it was category 4, the damage could have been much worse.
Yeah.
That's more of your southwest, like open plains kind of storms there, where there's really nothing stop them from doing their thing.
Right.
I think the one that hit Alabama quite a few years ago, that was a category. Actually, that was a 5, I think.
Godly. Well, glad that it didn't get any worse. It was already pretty bad. But you're right, it could have been worse. So glad that that's not the case. You know anybody that was affected, DeMario?
Not affected as in like direct hits, you know what I'm saying? But they were a block or two from some things, they were more inconvenienced than actually in the mix. So
that's good though. That's good.
Yeah.
Our prayers to everybody that was affected.
Big distribution area was hit. Center was hit. I think Cisco, who does a lot of the. I think their distribution area was hit.
Oh wow. Okay.
And I know some supply warehouses for some companies down here were hit, and sort of slowed up work a couple days and everything. So,
wow.
So yeah, it's crazy how like something that fast, because it didn't last that long, if I'm correct. Something that fast can have so many ramifications that come from it.
Right.
Really wild stuff. So our prayers go out to everybody that was affected, all the survivors, and especially to the families that lost loved ones due to just the act of God. It was wild.
Right.
But before we came on the show, we were talking about athletes that have transitioned.
Oh yeah.
Didn't know that was a big thing in the UFC. I'm brand new to it. I didn't know that there were transitioned males. I don't know what pronoun.
Males to females.
Males to females. So they are females now. That's what we. All right. So I didn't know that there were transitioned females that were fighting in the women's department, in the women's league.
The women's department. Yeah, like they're shopping or fighting, right?
In the women's category of UFC, like winning titles.
Right.
I see that Joe Rogan has had some really strong thoughts on it and everything. I'll be honest, I gotta agree with him. This is kind of mind blowing. Like, how is this all right?
Well, his big thing is he believes that there should be a third class for athletic competition, because in a lot of cases, especially physicals, men have advantages over women. It's not a sexist thing. It's the science.
This is biology.
It's the mammal. The male is the bigger than the female,
Right.
stronger, faster.
It's the science.
And so you have things like, track and field. Can you imagine a transition in basketball player?
Right. The Joanna Man was a movie. Like that.
Yeah, actually, I can't imagine that. I saw it. We saw Joanna Man. So.
But that's why it's funny to me, because I'm like, all right, we've already tackled this. We know that that would be a superstar. Like,
right.
That was the case. Baylor had the 6'8". I can't remember her name. I feel bad that I can't. But she was 6'8", and she dominated women's sport. She was always a woman, though. Can you imagine a 6'8" or 6'9" man that decided at 20 he wants to be female, playing college basketball?
Right. That's not fair. I'm sorry. That's just not. Regardless of how you feel.
Labrina
James.
Right.
Labrina James is coming out. Like, come on, that's not cool. You can't. Come on. There's other people that have put a lot of hours into practice, into dedication, into learning the sport, into all of that, and then it just come through and just boom, Hawk smash. Like,
one of the top steroids is testosterone.
Yeah.
So you have somebody that's naturally had a steroid in their body for 30 years that now, or 20 years.
Right.
Now you're going to start blocking that off and say, well, it's not the same thing. It's like, no, you still have the past experience
of testosterone in you. Like, even the way that you develop your lungs, even once you transitioned, your stamina is set to be different. Like, you can't be a trained athlete for, all right, let's say a decade. Let's say you start at 12 or something like that in Pee Wee. By the time you're in college and you're about to go and start fighting UFC, you want to transition. You got 10 years of trained acumen with testosterone.
Yes.
Like, your whole breathing regimen is different, and that alone is gonna put you in a whole different category of elite. Like, oh my God,
Right.
that's not fair.
Well, not just that. You also have stuff like powerlifting, which is another big thing that's happened.
What do you mean?
There have been cases where men have transitioned to women, and
In a bodybuilding competition?
not
in a, like
not
a-
bodybuilding, powerlifting.
But I'm saying being
like,
able to just sheer strength. Right?
Yeah, the whole idea of clinging, military presses.
Why do we have to like let them do that?
Well, that's
Like
one of
that
the big
obviously
things.
can't be fair.
right.
Well,
But the fact that like the first one was able to do it, like they had a competition and
Yeah.
no one during the first competition was like, hey
oh, no,
guys.
it's questionable.
By the way,
What the Olympics is big about, like, you know, they're for fair play. So the Olympics is one of those kind of things. Like,
You can't.
there are countries that are basically going to be like, no,
No.
you can't do that.
Period. Not against my guys. No.
right.
Girls, whatever. Not against my people.
Yeah.
What the hell? That's an obvious advantage because nobody's transitioning to be a boy and then on an Olympic team, like
Right.
just straight out. Like how are you at this world class level immediately after transitioning? That's
Right,
because you had an
right.
advantage.
You're a mediocre man,
Yo,
and now you're a superstar woman.
like what do you mean? You had
Yeah.
an advantage.
Powerlifter, the guy actually, I can't remember his name. I'll get that back to you. But he was actually a professional powerlifter that decided to transition. And it's like, that's a whole different animal, too. It's like the guy did this.
He blew everybody out the water.
Oh, it was not close.
Oh my
Wow.
goodness. Oh my goodness.
Right.
I got to see you in the parking lot after that.
Right.
Like,
right.
do you know how many carbs I've been counting? Do you know? Do you know how many times I go to the gym a day? And now I gotta come to the competition. My kids are here. I'm in a mirror like this 45 minutes of every
Oh,
day.
that's bodybuilding.
And then you're gonna come.
That's bodybuilding.
No. If you're lifting, you're looking at yourself in the mirror.
A lot of the, like, world's strongest man, they have that center of gravity. They look like they're fat.
Oh, those
but
Norwegians. Like, oh.
Like the guy at the mountain. That
Yes.
was in Game of Thrones. He's
Yes.
a bodybuilder from, I think, Denmark or Iceland.
Those Viking countries.
Yeah.
Yes.
Imagine if he decided he wanted to power lift this.
Bro. You see what I'm saying? Like, wow.
Right.
What if he wanted? What if all of a sudden he wanted to transition? Now he's gonna do lingerie football. You know what I mean? Like this shit is gonna go. It's gonna go left fast. But then I don't see why there has to be a conversation. Like, doesn't that seem like an obvious thing?
I mean,
the dude is
Look, in
is
20
shaped like
in
fucking
2020
Big Papa Pump Steiner from the WCW. But no, you can't fight her. Like, you're gonna demolish her.
in 2020, everything is kind of wide open right now. It's like they're redefining everything across the board.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
Well,
completely.
there is actually a professional wrestling. I won't throw any names down or any things like this. I seen on the feed I had
Uh-huh.
that their heavyweight champion is female.
Right.
And it's one of those things of redefining the role.
Hey, mama. Sorry. Sorry.
Redefining the roles, such as like she's their champion, like over men and women overall.
Wow.
No,
Well,
that's odd.
eh,
It is. I don't like. Why are we acting like this is not odd? Why,
the reason I act like it's not
Like,
odd because
it is.
you can you can expect anything
Yes.
today now. You know, anything.
No, still you can, but that doesn't mean that it's not odd. That's an odd thing to have a transitioned athlete come into a whole nother category and completely fucking decimate all opponents.
Right.
It's like Ivan Drago when he killed Apollo. That was odd. It was like, what the fuck? These,
Right.
Like then, like this dude just coming through and annihilating people.
Right.
It's like that. Like
He said
it's
it's like
odd.
that.
Like, whoa.
Right.
You also you have the counteract story of the true female, because I don't know if you watched wrestling when you were younger, but if you remember China,
Yeah.
Like-
Hell yeah.
her arms when
Were
she was
huge.
in wrestling are bigger than mine now. Mine are flabby. She,
Like,
probably
she was
whipped my
fucking
ass.
huge as shit. That's what I'm saying. Like, you can train and dedicate yourself and all of that, like, and become this specimen that is committed to your craft. But then, if Triple H decides that now he's his
a
name
woman.
is Heather, like, then China, it doesn't matter. Like, you're still about to get fucking tore up and get pedigree within the first 30 seconds.
That's true.
And that's not okay. That's not fair to China because
Back in that
she
day, I think
fucking
she was
dedicated
bigger
her
than Triple
time.
H. I think she was bigger than Triple H back in that day.
In DX days? No,
Triple
Josh.
H didn't blow up till afterwards.
Oh no, Triple H always had that big chest. Like, he had boobs.
He said he had bobs.
Yeah.
He had bobs.
He had boobs. He could have definitely wore a
I
bra.
would say, like, if Mark Henry decided.
You know what I mean? What the fuck?
Right.
Wow.
I'm surprised they didn't do that. I'll be honest.
If Mark Henry transitioned.
Oh God.
That reminds me of that Eddie Murphy joke about Mr. T taking up the ass.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
So what we got lined up here first?
Sorry, this vape is powerful. Well, we touched on the transitioning. Then we have to talk about, where's our little list at, man?
You got a list. You got the list.
Hold on, guys. We got a list today. We're trying to be a little bit more organized, you know?
You see how that's working?
All right. Oh, your dream.
Oh, you want to talk about the dream?
Definitely.
Oh my God. So yeah.
Definitely.
Here,
Dude.
I'll load up the what if section just for this dream, okay?
Yo, this dream is an interesting one.
Yeah.
It is interesting. I have to admit.
So okay, here let me make sure I got the right camera here for this. So what night was that? What day was that? I called you that morning.
Friday.
Friday. Okay, Friday morning. Okay, guys. Listen, you want to talk about the epitome of weird dreams and weird shit to happen to you. So, I had woke up early that morning, okay? And it was, it was a normal morning. There was nothing special going on or nothing. I laid around in the bed, and then I went back to sleep probably about 10 o'clock. And between 10 and 10:30, I had the weirdest dream of my life here, okay? Like the weirdest shit ever. So I go, and in the dream, we're on the podcast just like you see us today, okay? And it's me. No, excuse me. It's Brandon sitting where I'm currently sitting for all the viewers. So that's in the first chair. Then I was sitting in the next chair. And then our guest was Luther Vandross. Little Luther. Dead Luther Vandross was on the show sitting with Josh. Yeah.
Little
Luther. He was alive, but he's dead. So
So he came back just to talk to us.
yeah, I don't know. He was here. He was just here. So okay. So then there's that. So a lot of people don't know. After the show, we sit and we talk for about an hour or so, or whatever, about the kind of stuff we touched on and future plans, just behind the scenes type shit. You know what I mean? So from there, Luther asked me if I wanted to drink. And I'm not a big drinker, but fuck it. It was Luther Vandross. I'm going to drink. So he goes, he grabs a drink. He pours it at the bar in the back. I know y'all probably can't see it, but there's a bar back there. So then he comes back. He gives me the drink. I'm drinking my drink. We're all socializing and shit. And then I start to feel drowsy. Like fucking, I got Bill Cosby'd. Okay, y'all? So look, I start to feel drowsy. I fall out of my chair. I start crawling across the floor, right? And I'm like, Brandon. Yeah, this nigga. Brandon.
Yeah, this nigga.
Brandon is sitting in the chair facing the computer. And he looks over his shoulder at me. He sees me crawling. He sees little Luther getting out of the chair, coming over to me. And the nigga turns back around and turns the music up on the computer. Totally ignores me. As I'm crawling after I've been Bill Cosby by Luther Vandross, okay? So then Luther fucking Joe Biden's me with the hair sniffing shit. Okay? He fucking Joe Biden me. All right, so I'm crawling for my life. Luther done Joe Biden me. Brandon done ignored me. Okay. And then a random black woman opens the door and saves me. Not Brandon, that's 10 feet away from me. Random black woman that I don't even know what she was doing. You know, I don't even know what she was doing there.
You don't even know how she knew to come in, but she was there.
Right. So, okay, she saves me. She's like, what are you doing? And Luther kind of freaks out and hits the door. You know what I'm saying? And she picks me up. She puts me on the red couch y'all see over there. And I start to come to a little bit. And then I'm like, Brandon, what the fuck? Why did you let fucking little Luther try and rape me?
What'd I say?
And this nigga's gonna say something along the lines of, I ain't interfering with Luther Vandross. Whatever Luther want to do, Luther can do, or some shit like that. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? You gonna leave me here to get raped by Luther Vandross? Like, for real? This is what we doing? So I have to pick Brandon up and throw him out of the house, Uncle Phil jazz style, out of my house. And yeah, that was my crazy ass fucking dream. There it is. Getting Bill Cosby and Joe Biden by dead Luther.
By Luther Little Luther. Too.
Little Luther. Right. What the fuck, right, y'all?
Fuck me.
It's terrible.
All right, so then after that, we saw this story where this lady has come forward and said that at some point in her life, R. Kelly forced her to eat his feces out of a cup.
Right.
And so we were trying to figure out what's worse, to get raped by the ghost of Luther Vandross or to have to eat R. Kelly's feces out of a cup while he sings. Singing probably makes it a little bit easier for you.
Why he sings?
Why he sings.
I mean, I'm not eating no feces.
No.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're being forced.
I mean, I don't know. What's worse, viewers? Are we talking about getting raped by Luther, or are we talking about having to eat R. Kelly's feces? What's worse? Let us know. Yeah, that's the relevance of it. So,
I say the R. Kelly thing is worse.
Eating the doo-doo?
Because first you gotta taste it. Secondly, he's still here.
Oh yeah,
so it's
that
kind of
is
like
true.
You gotta see him again.
Right, you don't ever have to see Luther again.
Exactly. You can convince yourself you're crazy. You know
yeah,
like,
for real.
Oppress that shit.
Wow.
And you won't have to deal with the downside of hearing somebody say this tastes like shit and you're bringing it back.
Exactly.
Right. Oh, this food tastes like shit. Actually, it doesn't taste anything like R. Kelly shit. Okay.
So careful who you say that around. I feel triggered.
The other one is like a reverse Dan Aykroyd from the first Ghostbusters moment.
Right. So.
With the music that was playing, I turned up. What was it, Luther?
No, it was just some trap music.
Damn.
You turned some trap music. So I got skinny Luther trying to rape me to some trap music. Best friend just ignoring the shit out of me.
Sorry.
Just gonna let this shit happen, huh? That's what we gonna do.
It's Luther. He came back from the grave to talk to us.
No, he came back from the grave for that ass. That's what he came back. And this ain't nothing against Luther. I fuck with Luther Vandross. Like, don't think I'm a Luther hater. I'm not trying to shit on the dead man. This was just a dream that I had, and I don't understand why the fuck I had it. Like, why Luther Vandross? Why did he try and Bill Cosby me? Why did he actually Joe Biden me? You know what I mean?
This goes back to the whole thing where people tell dreams have meanings. No, they don't.
No, they don't.
Sometimes they're just there.
Yeah, please, if you interpret dreams, let me know what it means to get raped by dead Luther Vandross.
After doing a podcast with trap music in the background and being saved by a random black woman that didn't even know why she ran in your house.
Right. Let me know. I need to know the meeting today. So what else is on the list? Now
Well,
that
I
I've told
mean,
the world
good segue. We just talked about being Joe Biden. Super Tuesday just happened recently. Everybody.
Right. Hold on, let me hit this data load for y'all so we can get into the.
Speaking of the old Joe Biden effect.
Hold on. And there we are. And this brings us into the data load. So,
did you gentlemen go out and vote this past Tuesday to have your vote counted?
without a doubt.
I did.
Always.
Yes.
Yeah, for real.
Who'd you vote for? I'm playing.
No, I'll tell you, I went Bernie all the way.
Yes.
And I voted for the tax increase. I did.
You did?
I did.
Why?
It goes towards education, man.
No, it doesn't. Only half.
Yeah, well, it's more than what's being put in there.
I guess.
I did. I voted for the tax increase. Did you vote for the tax increase or no?
Yes. Well, originally from Oklahoma, they
Right.
have some of the lowest taxes, and they don't fund education. They have some of the worst schools. It's like, if you can put money into schools, like, yes.
Yeah,
tax
and that's
increase,
the way I felt
yeah.
too when I read it. So I mean, it is what it is. You want to improve the community, you're gonna have to increase some taxes or something, you know.
Well, my dream has always been for Tennessee to be in the upper half of the top 25 schools in education, because in most cases when they rate the schools and stuff, the South, we're traditionally on the bottom half of that.
It happens. It happens.
Because the South's motto is education first, so if you gotta make cuts, that's what we're gonna cut first.
Right, right.
Very true. Okay. Education first, though. But no child left behind at the same time.
Right.
Man.
But it was pretty much the way I expected it, though.
Yeah.
It just, when it came down, there were going to be people to back Joe Biden. He's still the moderate favorite.
Right.
And the downside for Bernie now is all the moderates that were taken away from Joe Biden are gone. Now all those votes are pretty much going to go towards Joe, which Elizabeth Warren's gone. So those votes would probably go towards Bernie. So we could end up having a good old barn burner for a primary to see who we end up getting, whether it's Joe Biden, the traditional moderate, or we get Bernie.
Blame it on that contour.
Wow. How's Biden winning anything at all?
You want to you want the truth?
Yes.
I
want
Biden-
the truth. You can't deserve it.
Biden has a strong minority vote.
Yeah.
That's why
I knew it.
That's when he took everybody behind the behind the woodshed in South Carolina.
Right.
It's because South Carolina, the older minority vote are pro Joe Biden because he still has the
Because he's a
Obama.
Democrat. Yeah. He's riding Obama's dick hard, boy.
Yeah, he even made the statement he wants Michelle to be his running mate. Like,
Really?
yeah.
He loves Michelle.
Oh yeah, I bet he does.
Those old white man politicians like George Bush be looking like he ready to risk it all.
Yeah. Fuck it. I don't even know if it's a risk for him at that point though. Like, he just might just be like, fuck it, just give me the opportunity.
I don't want Barber. I don't even like Barber.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, it's probably because she knows how to talk to children better, and George W.
Yeah.
always come across a little bit.
Oh yeah, that is true.
She knows how to speak to me.
She speak my language.
Obama, he uses the big words.
Right.
And I don't feel like asking him, what's that mean?
Yep, there it is.
So they just going off blind loyalty to the party type thing, huh?
Oh, that's what Republicans have always done it, so Democrats do it too. The big fear is Bernie, that whole socialist. I mean, they always tie that to him. But the downside is all the things they're comparing him to are nothing like what he's trying to offer.
Right.
That's the thing.
Right.
I don't see the downside with Bernie. I mean, in the future tense, you enact a few things. Somebody that wants to abuse power can abuse power, but that's the way it is now.
Right.
But like with Biden, he's just done so many things that like he's sniffing women's hair. He's been caught on the mic while Obama was, president, just saying like, you don't want to fuck this up. You know what I mean? Like he was like the joke guy. You know what I mean? Like those memes about Biden. Now we're taking him as a serious contender for president.
Everything he does is nothing compared to what Trump done running for president. If you really,
I mean, yeah, I get that, but still, he's done stuff. It's like we can't even compare him to Trump yet because he's going against Sanders and everybody else. Like, it's like, why vote for Biden?
people are afraid of change. And
Yes,
in all honesty, Bernie Sanders has changed.
Yes.
It is heavy change.
Yes.
And people tend to think more under the lines of if we try to put what we've always had, that wins.
Mm-hmm.
Versus if we put something that's completely new. I mean, the whole idea is he doesn't want to stop at Obamacare. He wants socialized medicine across the board.
Yes.
It's also like he doesn't want to decrease tuition for colleges. He wants to get rid of tuition for colleges.
Beautiful.
But there are people that are under the whole idea. Well, I have insurance. I don't really see why you should take my insurance away.
Okay, I get you don't want to vote for Bernie. Okay, I get that. But if you are an older minority Democrat staunch party, person, like what was the quote Biden said about like poor kids being as smart as white kids?
Yes.
It's so many things where it's like this guy though, he sniffs children's hair. Like what are we doing? Like what's going on here?
But
he be caressing women's arms just randomly.
But you know what though? I mean,
of a meeting, just
I had a discussion with some people that were Trump supporters about this stuff, and I was like, look, Trump did some weird ass shit too beforehand. You know what I mean? I mean, Trump made it to the presidency after the grab him in the pussy.
Yeah.
Nobody else could have survived that.
And like 13 open cases
of rape.
Lawsuits.
I'm saying, why are we going through this again? Like, is that like a standard? Like, it's like Trump had 13 cases and he was grabbing by the pussy. So smelling hair is not that bad. So I'm still gonna vote for this guy. I don't get it. Like, dude has way too many.
Here's the big thing. Like, in all honesty, Bernie is not a Democrat. Bernie's an independent.
Yes.
And he's trying to go through the process of getting the Democratic nomination.
Yes.
And that's creating problems because, to be honest, a lot of liberals are just borderline, like, barely liberal. Like,
right.
a Tennessee liberal is a California conservative in a way.
Right.
I feel you.
So, Joe Biden, he gives that whole phrase, well, I will work across the aisle way. And stuff like that. It's like, where Bernie's side is, no, they've started a war. We can't talk to them.
Right.
I see it, though.
Dude, what about Warren trashing Bernie, man? I hated to see that. Because, you know what? I felt like if they would have...
just worked to... Oh, my God.
Yeah, even running mates.
I don't even know
great.
why she took that route. Like,
I don't know.
Well, what you're looking at is Biden's cabinet.
Yeah, that's true.
Every one of them dropping out one after another. It's like, what did he offer Amy Klobuchar? What did he offer Pete Buttigieg?
Right.
I mean, Kamala Harris, who they had some tough words said back when she was in the race, him about the busing policy and stuff like that. She's put her name supporting Joe Biden.
Yeah.
The whole establishment is lining up against us, folks.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's what it comes
Bernie.
down to. It's Bernie is independent. I'm not saying he should run as an independent
right.
if he doesn't win, but that's how they're looking at him.
Nice.
Right.
I think that he should get Warren as his running mate. Just come in.
It won't happen now.
I know.
No, it won't happen. That shit is down the shitter. You know?
She
just recently like bashed him?
Oh yeah, she said. What do you remember the comments? Do you have them?
I just know that
No.
she like a lot of others. Bernie supporters are passionate.
Yes.
I think they call them the Bernie Bros or whatever.
Yeah.
And she brought out her campaign, and some of the others were harassed by these people. I know that was one thing.
Right. Well, she was just saying something along the lines. Bernie didn't do anything for women. He didn't. He doesn't. Yeah. He was. She pulled a feminist card against Bernie, which I don't think that's necessarily the case.
In one of the debates, she made the whole comment that Bernie told her that a woman couldn't win, even though 40 years of Bernie's life is him basically saying the complete opposite.
Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Like, God.
Well,
right.
Here's the issue. Most of these people have changed the way they've talked about politics. Bernie
has
40 years ago, is saying the same thing Bernie's saying now.
Right. It's just, yeah.
He's been trying to get us to listen for 4 decades. Now he's finally in a place where he's like, okay, now that I got your attention, this is what we need. And then everybody's like, "But you're too old."
Yeah.
Well,
But
Well,
people, what's
if you
the age,
listened to me earlier, I was much younger when I first started saying it.
what's the age difference between Joe Biden and
3 or 4 years.
3 or 4 years, y'all? So everybody that thinks Bernie's too old, you've only bought one term out of worth of age difference.
And if you
So.
want to get technical, Donald Trump's in that same age range.
Yes.
Yes.
He
These
just
are
dyes
not-
his hair.
Here's the biggest thing for Democrats. So in the past few years, in all honesty, we put younger men in the White House than the other party.
Right.
Because I think Bill Clinton was the youngest president.
Really?
Or he was right out there for versus JFK.
Oh wow.
Barack Obama was in his 50s. We traditionally don't send the older person to the White House.
That's what we need right now.
Right.
Even
We
though, if
need
you
it.
break down the history, we did have a socialist, a semi-socialist win 4 terms, and he was a Democrat. FDR was under that same Medicare for all kind of idea and stuff like that. He created a lot of the social welfare programs that we know now.
All the presidents that we hold up to a standard when it comes to the modern age,
Right.
he's falling in line with them.
Right.
The civil rights workers that we hold up in the modern age, he falls in line with them and their beliefs and their marches, all that type of stuff. And all the things that we are lacking compared to other modern countries in the world, he's been trying to get us to do that for at least the last 20 years when it comes to the more modern age.
Right.
Like, I don't get what's the dispute. Like,
Because we...
I was with Obama.
Well,
All right,
we
nigga.
lie. Politicians on both sides, and also the people who do the radio shows and stuff, they lie and exaggerate certain things.
Yeah.
Such as Medicare for all is like one of the hugest talking points because our neighbor right north of us has Medicare for all.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
And they make up stuff like, well, people come to the United States for procedures because they have to wait too long. It's like, yeah, the affordable ones.
Right.
Because they can't. Are you going to have a baby? If you're a Canadian, would you come to the United States to have a baby?
hell no. Why? Why we doing that?
I'll go get a test
That's
so
it.
I can have my procedure up here.
Right.
But it's not just there. It's like Great Britain, I think in the 70s, Great Britain brought up the question, what is your God-given right? To have a house or be healthy? This is what Parliament asked itself. Parliament ruled, your God-given right is to be healthy. That way you can work to get a house. The housing's not guaranteed. The health should be guaranteed.
Right.
And I also love the fact, and this is a big argument I've heard many times, and this is why I'm also pro healthcare. And I don't know, just saying it doesn't matter. But here's the thing I've always enjoyed is, on the right, they tell you, well, I just don't want to have to pay for somebody's welfare or Social Security or stuff like that because they're not healthy. It's like, hey, if you give them healthcare, they can get taken care of.
Right.
They can be a taxpayer like you.
Boom.
Right.
There you go. It could all be so simple. And that's the thing, like you put a little bit of actual logical sense into the ramifications and the benefits of these ideas. It's like it pays up. All the other countries are doing it.
It pays all you need is a little humanity, because the whole idea is we shouldn't want anybody to be sick.
Exactly. We shouldn't want people to be sick, and we should want everybody to have a home.
Right.
Like, even if it's not the God-given right, that's something you should wish for your fellow man.
Well, here's the whole thing. I think I'm not sure about certain countries, but some of the other things. But what you can end up doing is you can create a government housing situation that allows for them to work and pay the government as basically you're buying property. You've always bought property off the government anyway. 'Cause
Right.
they own
Right.
land.
Right.
So what you end up doing is like, okay, you're buying your house.
Yeah.
I mean, but they're not
doing
going
it
to charge
straight.
you some crazy interest rate that.
And that's the way it should work. That's like, I don't see how this way of thinking, the discussion that goes into these little topics or these little changes of policy are so huge to where people, I don't see how you don't see.
Well, one
Like,
thing
it's
I've always
kinda
had
crazy.
a problem with, and this is just me, that one side believes that abortion is murder, but yet they're not willing to give money so people can feed their kids.
That's the problem.
Now, that creates a problem under the idea. It's like, so when they're in the womb, we care about them, but the minute they're breathing air on their own, screw them.
Right. And then if you're on the everybody should be healthy, then that, I feel you.
I mean, everybody should have it. It's your God-given right to be able to take care of yourself and your family.
Yes.
And health is not for profit, because you can't trade your health for anything.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, somebody would be like, well, I want a soda. I'll give you a little bit of my health if you buy me a soda. I mean, it just doesn't work like that. I mean,
Right.
and that also goes to the other side, education.
Yes.
The people should have the right to be educated. But here's the whole thing. It should be all across the board. If you want to be an electrician, there shouldn't be a cost for you to go to learn to be an electrician. Just
Thank
like
you.
if you want to be an astrophysicist. I mean,
You should just be able to go and learn and be able to really do it. Like, just get the information, get the education, and then let's see what you can do once you have all the tools. You know what I mean?
and
Like,
don't talk down to people because they have a job that's lesser than yours.
Right.
It's like, that guy's a plumber. I mean, look at him. It's like, yeah, guess what? If your shit house breaks down, are you going to be the one to
Right.
fix it?
Right.
that's how society's supposed to work. What's the biggest differences between Sanders and Biden, since we see that's going to be the
Yeah, go ahead.
the contest between
Okay. Well, it goes back to Biden wants to expand on the Obamacare.
Okay.
I think there's talk that he wants to keep it into play because they worked so hard to get it there.
Right.
And I think also they're talking about, I think it's a single payer part of it that did not get passed. Well, the goal is to eventually get that passed.
No, right.
Bernie says scrap the whole system in 4
Medicare for
years,
all.
and everybody gets health care in the 4 years. And what you start with, your first group that gets health care off this will be 55 up, then 45 up, and then everybody.
Makes sense. I like that.
Yes.
And then you can work out the kinks as it goes.
Oh, without a doubt, there will be kinks.
Right, but if you start with just 55 and then you go to 45, and you know what I mean, then you can
you
the
don't overload the
processes.
system by doing everybody at once.
Right.
Then you go to the other one, the education part, which is also a big difference.
Okay.
And Bernie believes colleges should be free.
Yep.
Where Biden, it's more like I think Biden's under the whole idea, regulate, try to get a better deal for those, because they also believe in the college education debt forgiveness. Because a thing that's crippling the United States is how many people have
Student debt.
$60,000 to $200,000.
Right. They spend half their career working their student debts off rather than
If they do.
yeah, if they ever do, you know. So I guess what a lot of the right-wing people are screaming is, how are we going to pay for this? And I'm a businessman. I understand things have to get paid for. So how does it get paid for? How do the establishments pay their professors? How do they?
$700 billion is a number that we can think about. $700 billion. That's the United States military budget.
Oh, okay.
I think 10% of our budget overall, maybe a little more. We pay more than any other country. We have things like the F-35, which has a new flaw that they're pointing out.
We spend 10 times more than the next 9 countries on the list combined, and 8 of them are allies.
Well, I'll throw this one out here. The F-35 took $1.3 trillion of R&D money. It melts its own tail fin with its exhaust.
Oh, wow.
It doesn't do half of what it's supposed to. To be exact, some have made the argument it's already obsolete.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
There are, I think, 23, 24 aircraft carriers in the world with all nations combined. 12 to 14 are ours.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Our stockpile is crazy.
Okay.
Our stockpile is crazy. And
So-
he's gonna
so
put
we
a
will-
tax on the Wall Street.
Speculation.
Yeah, speculation. Yes.
I think they should tax churches. Sorry, y'all.
Yeah,
ahead.
you really
well,
think
I
that because
think-
this is the second episode.
Yes, but go ahead.
churches have put themselves in the political atmosphere,
Right.
and the minute you decide that you're going to start throwing your hat in the
Yeah.
game of politics, you got to pay the entry fee.
Yeah.
Very true.
But also going back to the 7, if you peeled off just the $200 billion off the military budget, I think that basically pays for education and takes a good chunk of the health care.
Right.
We also have to acknowledge the fact the right will tell you that we pay too many taxes and we need to cut taxes. Well, anything you want nice, you got to pay for.
Yeah.
And the nice things we want, such as infrastructure, we've got to pay taxes.
Yeah. 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 And the thing is, the people that could help the most with taxes don't pay them.
Yeah.
Like,
But there's another thing about
I just saw that Facebook made $400 billion. They didn't pay any taxes. They still got $140 million tax return or something like that. And Amazon didn't pay taxes at all.
No.
Like, so when you have that type of shit going on, it's like, all right, Republicans. Well, how about those guys? Then we'll all be happy. How about that?
Unfortunately, those guys can afford to send people to lobby.
Right. And then and that's the thing. So with lobbying and shit like that, is this a forever conversation of arguing that's meant to go on because people are lobbying for each side? Or like,
Lobbying's important, actually.
how?
It's hard to read a 1,200-page paper over why you need to do something. If you have an open mind and an honest open mind and take the money out of it, you listen to both sides. And they'll give you a cut-down version of what you need to hear. It's the simplest way to do
Sounds like a
research
good way
is
to
just
get
talk to
finessed.
professionals.
But are they professionals?
In a lot of cases, a lobbyist is exactly what they're lobbying for. Like, now don't get me wrong, there's money involved, and that's the issue for the lobbying.
Yeah.
Such as you start, well, I want to donate some money to your campaign.
Right.
Well, that side's already got the bigger advantage over the other side.
See. So, if Bernie was to become president,
Yes.
all this lobbying and everything would probably take a big hit too.
Yes and no. Because Bernie has a serious problem. He's got to have Congress and the Senate behind him.
Right.
Yeah.
Because all it takes to screw all this up for the Democrats is for the Republicans to keep the Senate. Because nobody knows how to shut crap down harder than Mitch McConnell.
Well, what about?
I mean, he's
Yeah.
a master of the game, whether you like him or not.
Wouldn't he
Right.
be able to do like executive orders like Trump did?
Oh, yeah. But the issue that comes to mind if you lose the House and the Senate is the fact they could start overriding the executive orders.
They can.
Congress can override vetoes.
Holy shit! I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
2/3
I didn't
vote.
know that. I thought a veto was a veto.
No.
No.
Well, I mean the way that Trump was getting through with these executive orders, I couldn't tell they could override shit.
Right.
But the problem is, like, he has half of it. He has a Republican Senate.
So he was able to get through.
Just say, for instance, it's heaven forbid, that it ever gets to a situation where 2/3 of the Senate and House belong to one party and the presidency belongs to the other party.
Yeah.
The president's veto is meaningless if they can just push it through.
Right.
Damn.
It's our way of doing things, because if 2/3 of the Senate and the House do pass it through over a veto, that's the will of the people.
So, in this situation, are we looking at more of like? Oh yeah, what happened?
We're back. Okay.
All right. So if this was to, sorry about that, guys. If Sanders was to be president, would it be him not only fighting against the Republicans but also those moderate Democrats and the establishment? So it'd probably be a little bit more difficult for him to get anything done, even if
He could do executive orders, but then next presidency, the president could basically
undo them.
Yeah.
Damn.
But the big issue is, if you're a Democrat and you're running for Oklahoma, Tennessee, the southeast or in southwest.
Right.
You are a completely different animal than your Democratic brothers that are in the northeast and the west coast.
Right.
Because in a lot of cases, a Democrat from the southeast doesn't have the privilege or the flexibility to be overly liberal. Because we just won't elect him.
Right.
So you have to toe that being a Republican law.
Paco's gonna run for city councilman.
Don't even start that. I had somebody that inboxed me, the little group wanted me to run for city council, so
city councilman.
I was like, I don't know.
Hey, it's a step.
I mean, politics though, politician. I got tattoos on my neck and shit, man. Like,
somebody's got to be the first.
Come on, Josh, tell him.
Well, in all honesty, we elected our first lesbian congresswoman,
right?
Not a congressman, but congresswoman who actually also I think is Native American.
So, oh wow, there it is, and just like that,
I mean, it's always.
You can do this.
Somebody has to pioneer. Somebody always has to pioneer something.
Right.
And that's the beautiful thing about the system. Somebody's got to be first.
Yeah.
I think he should run just so we can have the marketing.
The market, you can't do it for a financial gain though.
Dude, I mean, I got it all lined up.
You got it planned out for me.
Oh my goodness, you'll have more and better production campaign commercials than any of your competitors.
Yeah, right.
Like, it'll be great.
Like he dropped a commercial every day for that
for a month.
Yeah,
he had a different one in a different suit.
Yeah.
I always laugh because when I was a kid, I always wanted to be a congressman. Because
Right.
I feel that I could do more good, and I could do the best for the people in either the House or the Senate.
Why don't you run?
I love the word "fuck" way too much.
We should go ahead and we should still do it.
Well, for me,
Who that should set up what is the a pack the
whole super PAC.
Super PAC.
Yeah.
We should set up a super PAC.
Well, I got a lot of things also.
Josh and
enough
Paco
for me
run.
to
Gotta be
prevent
us.
me from winning in the South. It goes back to that whole you have to be a certain type of Democrat moderate.
Nah.
Josh is not a moderate in a lot of ways. I am. I want.
I'm an
The
independent.
far
I'm a run.
left offers so many nice things that
Right.
it's not for me. I mean, I'm the type of person I firmly believe education should be free, healthcare should be free, that you shouldn't be able to have, like, in all honesty, a weapon that can bring down the aircraft.
No.
I mean,
Right. I mean, it depends on what weapons the aircraft is carrying themselves. You know what I mean?
I'm just talking about passenger life.
Yeah. Gotcha. So, I don't think any of the weapons were designed to take down any commercial passenger things, but I believe most of the anti-aircraft weapons were designed to take down the aircrafts with bigger weapons than that.
One of the big things, North Korea executed one of his uncles one time with an anti-aircraft gun.
Oh wow, that's an overkill.
Well, I'm pretty sure they had to move his
Shit.
body with a water hose because
Oh no.
I think he was a 70-year-old and he fell asleep in one of the meetings and he
Shoot
was
down
executed
the
with an
plane.
aircraft gun.
Wow.
Because he fell asleep in a meeting.
Yeah, and he was a 70-year-old guy.
Oh man. Can you imagine that raw ass deal? Can you imagine what's going through your mind at that point?
I
Like,
did what? I'm your uncle.
right. Don't do this. Don't do this. You know what I'm saying? I wonder what his last meal
I
was.
wiped your mother's ass. I changed
Right.
her diapers.
Right.
Like, what do you mean?
And now you're gonna shoot me with this big ass 500 cal?
God.
But
Overkill.
Yeah.
Damn.
So
If you run for city councilman, I'll do it with you.
you do it with me. Well, I don't want you to run with me. Then we're splitting the party.
One of us got to be Republican.
Oh.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure they have their person to run. on.
Yes, I'm sure they're there and
What's
ready.
another thing I can run for then?
What about
you live in-
the aldermans? Do they have aldermans?
Hey, Alderman. All right, I run for Alderman. You run for city council.
Uh-oh, gosh.
It'll be a hell of a run. It'll be great. That's awesome.
I
bet we win.
don't know, maybe.
I think we would.
Can we win, y'all? Viewers, listeners.
Could we win?
Could we win?
That's the poll. They don't do polls anymore.
They don't know. Facebook took polls down.
That is so messed
I was so upset. I was like, I'm gonna do my poll for the week. I'm looking for the poll button. I'm looking for the poll. I jumped through 10 different hoops before I could get to the poll button. Never found it.
We want to be fair.
Yeah, you're right. Polls aren't fair anymore. Yeah.
I'm gonna.
Polls are the political polls. I love when you see one on TV and you wonder if they actually got a real core sample.
How you spell Alderman?
Right.
That's not a good sign. Still vote for me, guys.
Maybe this is something you should address off the air.
I think it was Dan Quayle that misspelled potato. So
Yeah.
Oh God, I'm good. I'm
Yeah.
good. What? Did he still get elected?
Oh, he's vice president for.
I mean, what the president of the United States? What they say about the Chiefs? What did he say about the Chiefs?
Oh,
That's the president. That's not even That's not the alderman.
Oh yeah, the bar is real low. I think I'm gonna do this. I think I'm gonna run. I think I can do this. What's the alderman got to do? It doesn't matter. I'll figure it out on the job. Trump didn't know what a president had to do.
Yeah, that's true.
well, I mean, I would think 2/3 of it is on the job training.
Right.
Gotta be.
Well, I mean, everything's situational. Everything is changing. With every second passing.
Yeah.
So that's something you have to do. And that's why I like parenting right now is so tough. To be a parent is tough because we are literally writing the book for parenting in a technological day and age.
Yes.
Well, here's the kicker. I find it hilarious when you look at the education for kids now. Like, they should be having the top line for technology and stuff like that, but there's some kids that are taken out because their parents don't like the idea of liberal education, so we get the homeschooling.
All right. I think it's more important now, rather than to just teach the kids, it is more important to teach them how to find the answers. Instead of teaching them the material, it is more important to teach them how to find the material and the correct material.
That's hard though.
Well, here's the whole thing. They should also be taught a truth
Yeah.
versus a mythology.
Right.
Yes.
Because one of the top issues that happens, we have an American mythology.
Right.
Yes.
It's greater than any Greek mythology. It's like George Washington could be the hero that won the Revolutionary War. At the same time, he's human. He is also a slaveholder.
Right.
Do not look at like, well, we don't want to talk about this. Like, no, bring his humanity so kids understand people are not 100% anything.
Right. And not only that, but they also need to learn the lesson that just because it's a law doesn't mean it's right. Just think about it. Lynching, slavery. And I'm not just saying this because I'm black.
Marijuana.
There's
The
just...
biggest one. It took civil disobedience to stop segregation.
Yeah.
That was the most important. Not violence. That's the most important thing they look at. Martin Luther King Jr.'s, the violence done against his people were done by the law-abiding citizens.
Right.
Yes.
I mean,
Right.
Finally, somebody else says it. Sometimes there's no time ever where you got change peacefully. You have to ruffle feathers.
Right.
You don't just go along and just shake hands the whole time. It doesn't happen like that. You're going against a system that is against, like, for when it comes to Medicare for all. If that was to happen, that is one of the most ginormous changes to a system without any civil disobedience.
Right.
Like, everything else that has come to this point, and thank God for like social media, and you can get people just riled up by just sheer number count. But before, it had to be a civil disobedience of a small collective of people doing something and being like, all right, we don't care what happens.
Right, to get things done.
Yes.
Think about, and I find this when they talk about movements and stuff. In the case of civil rights, no social media, so everything was word of mouth.
Yes.
Oh,
Phone call.
Right.
Called a phone tree. I just did this Black History program, and they had a freedom rider as the keynote speaker, and he was talking about because there was no social media. He was like, we did a phone tree. He was like, somebody called me, gave me some news, and I had 10 people on the list that I had to call. Each of those people had 10 people on the list. He was like, by the next day, we got 500 people.
Wow.
Like, but you still, you gotta
Maybe we should go old school like that with some of our marketing.
But you go
New
back
episode Sunday at 6.
Even further than that, the foundation of our country. You have a handful of people in different states
Right.
that are trying to get communication out. If they get caught, they will be hung for treason. And the whole idea is they started out
When you
there's a
first
little
started,
more past-
started describing that, I thought you were describing slaves. But all right, keep going.
Well, actually,
Sorry.
what's hilarious?
Because the way he said hang group of people in states trying to get information out without being caught, I was like, Underground Railroad?
Now,
And then he said hung for treason. Okay.
yes.
Oh, okay, sorry.
But no, so you have that. The founding fathers pushing that, and they were a little less civil with their because they tar and feathered people.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Pour out the tea. What's more disobedient into civility than pouring out the tea?
Nothing. For the English, probably nothing. Considering how much
Right.
tea they.
Right.
But you also have the whole idea, though, in doing this, they create a state in their mind that creates their freedom.
Yep.
And then what's hilarious is every time something else changes, right? Well, we don't like that. It's like but we're founded on the fact of doing what people don't like.
Exactly.
Right.
That's our bread and butter.
It's almost like Australia. It's an island full of criminals. You know what I mean? Like, how do
That
you?
was actually Georgia for us.
Was it?
Yeah, Georgia was an indentured servant colony.
Oh wow,
That explains.
so much. Now they have on sweater vests all day.
I've been down to Georgia a few times. I got a brother who lives down there. That is a peculiar state. It's just
It
hot
is.
as hell. I don't see how.
So who do you think is gonna win when it's all said and done? Who do you think is gonna be facing Trump?
In
Gut-
all honesty,
gut
unless
instinct.
something dramatically changes, it'll be Joe Biden.
I think so.
Yeah, it'll be Joe.
There's a coalition that Bernie doesn't have the ability to stop when, and even if it's close, the superdelegates gets to get him in the end. Because the entire process for the Democrats is built to push whoever their front runner is
Whoever their
all the way
established
through.
guy.
The establishment guy. And we'll see whether Biden does a better job than Hillary.
Right. See, I just feel like Biden running when he is, it's just like another Al Gore running.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I think they're going to try to pull a fast one with Biden too, because I think they'll try to get somebody like Stacey Abrams to run as his vice president.
yeah.
See, you need
Is
somebody with
Michelle
some
qualified?
notability.
Oh yeah, she's an American citizen. She's over 35. She's got all the qualifications.
Okay, and I didn't mean that like in a negative way,
No,
but I meant like, you know, I know there's qualifications. I didn't know. What? So you think if he were to select Michelle and she was to accept?
God.
I don't know
Oh,
about Michelle.
wow,
Like I said,
yes.
I'm going to go back
That
to
would
Stacey
take it all the way
Abrams.
over the top.
I don't know if you're familiar with her.
No.
Stacey Abrams ran for governor of Georgia. She's a African American lady who is got a military background.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
She checks all the check marks that Joe doesn't,
Wow.
such as here African American lady,
Yep.
vet,
Yep.
from the South.
Boom.
Yeah.
That's all you need right there. Trifecta.
Yeah.
It's a hat trick.
A hat trick.
I mean, and I think she did a fair job when she ran in Georgia.
Yeah.
I mean, Georgia's a hard state to win. Deck was stacked against her.
I say Bernie goes with AOC and says, fuck it.
He can't.
Why not?
She's under 30.
She's not even 30?
No.
No, AOC is not. I don't think it would do it. AOC wouldn't do it.
And plus, no. As much as Bernie would like it, it goes back to you got to be very careful who you choose as your vice president.
Right.
There are possibly 2/3 of.
He has to pick a female, though.
It doesn't have to.
They don't
After
have
not having Hillary, the Democrats are going to want a female body somewhere in that
the
picture.
Democrats didn't want the Democratic people didn't want Hillary to run. You know how many people didn't vote for Hillary for the simple fact that they felt like it was two evils. It was either Trump or Hillary, and they just couldn't partake in that at all.
Well,
I didn't.
and it also goes this about what the Democrats want. There's not a woman left on the stage.
Yeah.
And I mean, the whole thing, he should choose a quality vice president versus a vice president who just meets this mold.
Right.
Because technically, I guess the Republicans would make fun of it and say, well, I guess if you want to meet the mold, you'll find a black transgender.
Right.
You gotta go all the way out there. RuPaul,
Well,
over 35, an American citizen.
Wendy Williams. Oh, my bad. Oh.
I think the most important,
Oh.
the most important part that's going to have to change, though, is the Democrats are going to have to stop looking at the whole presidential race as we have to beat Trump. They need to put stuff out there. This is what we need to do. It's like beating Trump is the second part.
Right.
You got to have policy and plans in order versus being that dog that's chasing the wheel. And once you catch the wheel, what are you going to do?
Right.
What you gonna do now? Exactly.
He-
That's really where we're at.
If he wants to win, he needs to just go ahead and lock that shit in with Michelle. I'm sorry, y'all. Just think about it. It'd be the same posters. They could run the same posters back. You know what I mean?
Other parts I'd be interested to see, though, because, like, Michelle has some interesting stigmata to her, too.
How so?
The dieting and stuff like that for the schools and stuff like that bothered a lot of people.
Yeah.
Dieting for schools bothered people.
But you know who was really for a lot of that JFK?
Mm-hmm.
He had a whole school regimen he had put together. What was that called? Do you remember?
It had to be part of his deal package.
Right, but he had them where they were like physical education was just as important as mental education, and he had a whole workout. And those turned out to be some of the longest living, healthiest people. For the people that had to, from that, and I think it was just in the West Coast he had rolled it out, but it wasn't all the way. It hadn't taken effect, But we saw how all that turned out. So,
if I run for alderman and get elected, I will institute financial education workshops.
Yeah.
Don't ask what your city can do for you. Wait, don't ask what your city can do for you. Ask what you can do for your city.
Here we
The
are.
problems right now is people expect their government to do things for them, which in a way they should, but at the same time you have to do your part too.
Right.
Because
I do my part. I make sure cops get paid. So
well, the biggest I think problem that comes in, we have to acknowledge certain jobs are important and we don't pay them enough. As a society, we should actually scream that teachers should get paid more because they have one of the most important jobs.
Yo, let's definitely scream that. Let's scream that teachers should get paid more. Teachers of all grades should get paid more. That should be a top-notch thing. If you vote for Demario Leggins as city councilman, he will ensure that your teachers get paid more.
I already kind of did that by voting the tax increase.
Resume already looking good.
But you also look at I like to go back to think about what LeBron James did in Akron, Ohio, with the school he opened.
Yes.
Love the whole idea. Longer school day. Kids get 3 meals a day. Get to take some food home for a snack. Kids all got a bicycle. Just
Right.
you're helping them out. It's like a little extra to do something like this.
Would be awesome.
Shizzle dizzle.
It just showed kids that we give a shit.
Right.
I think I'm really getting into this political thing, man. So what position do we need to connect with? Who has funds to dish out a workshop like that, like city funded stuff outside of school, maybe after school type
You have to get approval through the state. You want to do it before the end of the fiscal year.
Yes.
See, oh look, and he knows he's all right. Come on.
But you'd also probably want to work with the teachers unions too.
Yeah.
All right. But what is that? A mayor, vice mayor, councilman, alderman, district man,
Just about
committee
anything.
man?
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
you can put anything in effect. You just have to properly present it,
Yes.
and
To
it's got to
who?
be approved. You know.
The big
Okay.
thing about it is, like, if you have an idea and you don't have the greatest ability to articulate, there are people their entire career is basically helping people articulate these plans, like lawyers and stuff like that that are just they are the
Advisors.
do-gooders.
Yeah. Yeah.
nice.
The idea is to create the best society we can.
Yes. You have to foster personal investment into society.
Right.
If you invest into where you are, then where you are becomes richer,
A
more full.
healthier, more educated population, it becomes a wealthier population because it creates jobs in industry that can take care of the next generation.
Right.
So the whole idea is
Preservation almost.
Yes.
Yeah.
the for this project to work, the United States, we gotta remember that we're all in it,
Right.
and it
I'm
doesn't
moving to
kill
Africa.
you to have other people join the project.
Very true.
It becomes like it should be. If you're an American, we're gonna take care of you.
Yes.
I mean, we're going
Yes.
to help you get to where you need to be.
Right.
Because when you get there, you're going to help the next one. Because we should never be thinking about the generation above us.
Right.
It should always be the generation below us, and that will take care of everything else.
Yeah.
Still, generation above us needs Social Security.
But that's the whole thing. If you take care of the generation below you, they're going to be in a position to work
And feed into the Social
care.
Security. All right, Josh. Josh is our speechwriter when we run for councilman and alderman. Since he won't run for a position yet, he's gonna be our speechwriter. And when we go do debates, to keep us from saying, "Yeah, well, fuck you," we'll have Josh to be able to articulate what we want to say.
I used to joke about it. It's like I did try to run for Congress. I'd be the one guy that CNN could never put on
Right.
because they'd be terrified.
I mean, it's all bullshit up here on the hill. Whoa.
They got what, 7 seconds to edit stuff out?
Yeah.
There's a 7-second delay. Yeah.
Say, Congressman Hay has been censored once again.
You're right.
Once again.
You know what? You got to think about it, though. If Rush Limbaugh can stay on TV as long as he did, we should be able to say what we need to say. You know?
Definitely.
You know,
Definitely.
I remember watching the exact moment where he got fired off Fox Sports.
Yeah.
It was
For
the
real?
Super Bowl where he made the comment that Donovan McNabb basically couldn't get the job done because he was a black quarterback.
Dang.
And I think it was Michael Irvin or one of the guys on there just had this look on his face like,
Wow.
just like, really?
Wow. He said he's black. He's not gonna be able to get it done. Whoa. And then right after the commercial break, his seat was no longer at the table.
And Fox News realized
Fuck 'em.
after that, it's like, whoa, we may have made him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why are we letting this dude talk during the Super Bowl?
We may have created a monster.
He's good between working hours.
Right.
He's talk radio.
Yeah.
That's all. The greatest tragedy that's happened in the past. There's been so many, but the past 6 months is that man getting the American Freedom Award.
That motherfucker
Right.
got a fucking medal, yo.
Yeah, he did.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
How?
I mean,
Rosa Parks has gotten
anything,
that medal.
anything can happen right now in the world. Like, anything is possible. You know what I'm saying?
But you have this guy right here, in all honesty, that he's one of those ones that's talking on the radio about the coronavirus in the United States.
Right.
Take on it, and it's like, well, it's not as bad as the flu. It's like,
What's up, Craig?
shut down Italy.
Right, it shut down Italy. What? It's not as bad as the flu. Really? All right.
The flu kills more people or something.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
but
and it
people have to
does,
realize
but they
that-
have a flu treatment. They don't have a treatment for this one, old Rush.
Well, not only that, but you got to think about how many strands the flu has.
Yes.
How long? Yeah, of course the flu kills more people. It's been, you know, I mean, this has been going on forever with the flu. The flu, of course, the body count. You've been killing for, you know, years. You know what I'm saying?
First caveman that was out in the middle of a rainstorm.
Right, like the flu has been here forever. So of course.
I mean, hell, the common cold's probably killed more than the flu.
Right. So
This is a new one though, Rush. It's
new
still got to treat it
strand.
important there, but
So I don't know. We had our first case here in Williamson County. That was the first of the first, you know.
here we go.
So
Hazmat suits and rifles for everybody.
well, supermarket chaos also. You know what I mean? Supermarket chaos is a part of
If you want us to watch the people when they hear stuff, like they will buy bread, milk, and eggs because the apocalypse is coming.
right.
The apocalypse is
The
nigh.
apocalypse.
Doomsday is nigh.
Think about the situation down here. Like where they say it's going to be a half an inch of snow. It's like,
Oh God.
even the news panics. The elderly won't survive. We're getting
Yes.
a half inch. Of
All right.
Half
Right.
inch. If this thing's doubles, folks, we're in real trouble.
So okay, we've got this whole coronavirus thing going on, and for me, I'm just out here living a life. You know, I'm washing my hands. I'm putting on a little bit extra hand sanitizer on my hands, but I'm really not doing anything different. You know, I just, you know what I'm saying? Like,
That's me either. I don't really know what to do that dramatically different from just being hygienic.
right. I work out at automotive plant with, you know, thousands of people touching thousands of things. Like, how many people touch that car? You know, like how I can't spray Lysol on the new whips. You know what I mean? So it's just like, you know, if this rolls through, it's just gonna roll through. You know, and
Well, I always figured I wash my hands because that's just, you know, it's actually being a decent human being.
right,
But I figure it's no difference in getting hit by a bus. I mean, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen.
right.
I really don't know how to avoid it.
Yes.
Hazmat suits and rifles. Is the
No, that's
only thing
not
I'll
even,
come to.
because you're gonna go buy your bullets from somebody that works at Walmart or Dunham's or something,
I'll
and
sneeze afterwards.
there'll be somebody that's miserable with their life because, you know, those places don't pay a bunch. And
If I can find the video, I'll send it to you. That's probably one of the funniest things ever. The lady's reading a report.
oh, where she licks her finger? Yeah.
Just don't touch
Don't touch your hands, nose,
No.
anything.
We gotta put that
Let
video
me
on the
turn
page.
this page and lick my finger real quick.
All
Yeah.
right. Next on the list.
Right.
What the fuck?
So, I mean, that's what it is, though.
But this strain, because you know it's on the back of the Lysol bottles and everything, Lysol cans.
That's the old strands.
Right, exactly. So
Yeah.
this strain being new is one of those things to where you don't really know how contagious it is or where, like, you know what I mean? Like, so it's like, what can you really do as a divergent of getting it?
Right.
If it happens, it happens.
I think there was a poll on one of the news channels that showed, like, Corona beer was down like 40% sales.
Oh, God, I
Because
know.
there were people that thought that.
I feel so bad for him.
Yeah, I feel bad for him, too,
I feel so
y'all.
bad for him. It's such a good beer.
Yeah.
This dude I'm in class with, he looked at me because I was talking about I had a corona.
Yeah.
He was like, if I get coronavirus, I sure hope I get Lyme disease with it. 'Cause, you know, Lyme is always good with a corona.
Right.
Oh man, that brought tears to my eyes. I was
Yeah.
dying laughing. My teacher didn't think it was that funny, but it was hilarious to
Yeah,
me.
it was definitely hilarious. Fuck that. Fuck that teacher.
Take it away what's hilarious because of things that we see on the news and what we are exposed to regularly. Americans have a darker sense of humor about things just because,
Yes.
like,
We have 20 years of South Park.
Yeah. Fuck that. What about the Simpsons?
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, they're just now coming to an end here soon. Yeah.
Are
Beavis
they?
and Butthead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just our entire thing is just dark comedy.
Dark,
That-
crude humor.
I'm pretty sure that it's like of my immediate people around me, if we were to go outside and the sky opened up and a meteor was coming down, one of my group is gonna go like he's just gonna
Yeah.
like nigga.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Like we're just a different breed.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, think
So-
about how we look at things. Like, We shrug off shootings.
Yeah.
We tell other people that their country's on fire because they have homosexuals in it.
Right. Yeah, we are doing some hard preaching over here.
But then we don't care either. We cuss. We like twerking. We want to drink.
Yep.
We
America.
stand out like-
Yes, America. We want to drink because that's all right, and we want our guns because that's all right too.
If you had a building with 100,000 people from all over the world, the Americans would stand out so damn hard.
Hell yeah.
Because first of all, we're bigger,
Right.
and we won't hesitate to tell you. Well, back home,
Right.
The way we would stand out, we're in a building with 100 million people in it. Our floor is the one with the couch that's on fire that just got thrown out the window.
Right.
That's our floor.
Well,
Just to see. And it's the
And
top
it's not
floor.
even over anything political. It's over a damn hockey game. You know what I mean?
well, I think it was Oakland when they lost the Super Bowl back when they played Tampa Bay. They burned down their McDonald's.
Yeah.
It's just
Like, what does that have? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, it's burning. You know what I mean?
but we joke about that. But the English do have the soccer hooligans.
Oh, yeah.
Who
Yeah.
basically countries say you aren't allowed here. You cause riots.
Right.
Yes.
But
You can't even come with your team.
well, another one, University of Texas. This was a great one. They did a crap ton of damage to the top floor of one of the dorms one time because they decided they wanted a water park and put down all the plastic stuff, ran the water in the hallway, just slip and slide.
That's America.
That's Wolf of Wall Street there, baby.
That's America right there. That's America. A lot of people getting together, getting shit done. Having an idea.
Slip and slides for everybody.
Yes.
Yeah.
We got an idea. Is it a good idea? Shut up, Josh.
We can complete it. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters. Now, what we're gonna do? We're gonna run water. Is that a good idea? Fuck you, Amy.
Yeah.
Like I was saying. If we all pull together, we can make this happen.
Right.
Is anybody talking about taking the wall down after Trump is gone?
Well, last time I heard the wall
just thought
blew
about that.
over.
The wall blew
Damn,
over.
the wall got
Well,
blew
they
over.
were beginning some of the process.
Okay.
Trying
And
to
the
do something,
wind
and
blew it over?
over. It's like, great wall, guys. Great
I saw
wall.
an article, and I don't know if it was real or not, where they had made seesaws on each side of it. The kids were
They did.
seesaw.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know if that was real or not, but it was entertaining. That's the thing about America.
China's looking
May
over
not be
like-
real, but it's fucking entertaining.
Right. China's looking at like they got nothing on our wall.
Right.
Well, America, we are gladiator. We do something horrible and just start screaming at the rest of the world. Are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained? No, it's
it.
not as big as we said. But it's got seesaws. You don't have seesaws?
Your wall doesn't have
All
seesaws.
right then. Fuck you.
I could see the camera trick though. The Republicans build a wall, a little short.
What up,
small
Nene?
wall, and by imaging of how they do the pictures, it looks like it's 30 foot tall.
Yeah,
but
just angled down.
Yeah, tiny,
Angled
tiny.
down.
it's about shin high.
Right, right.
It's like, hey, it worked for Lord of the Rings.
It worked for Lord.
Check the list. What we got else on the list? Because we're here at Hidden Time.
Yeah, that's pretty much. Coronavirus was the last thing I had on there.
Was it?
Yeah.
I feel like we're forgetting something.
The R. Kelly shit. Your dream. Meg Thee Stallion has a fucked up label contract.
What's fucked up on her contract? I saw a headline, but I didn't read it.
They want 40% of everything that she got. Well, no, she gets 40%. They get 60%, plus they get some of her touring and everything.
Oh,
Yeah.
you should have read that. You should have slid that by an entertainment lawyer. Where's the camera? You should have slid that by an entertainment lawyer.
Right.
Like, for real. Like,
She said her and her mom read it and signed it.
I bet. See?
It doesn't, yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
But if you struggling, you just out here rapping, and somebody say,
Yeah.
well, I'm a break you in, and we gonna blow up, and I got 10,000 for you in advance. You're like, all right, but let's try it. But then you actually pop, you're like,
Yeah.
what was that agreement again?
Right.
Because I didn't know I was gonna make this much money.
How many albums do I have to make before I get paid? Oh, 6?
6.
I don't know what her contract is. That's a
But
made
you
up
know,
number, y'all.
shit.
But 6?
Find out you signed a Suge Knight.
Yes. Yes, you don't see nothing. Tupac never saw any of his money. That's crazy.
No.
He never fulfilled his
He was
contractual
living up while he was
obligations.
here, but he owed all of that back.
Yes, he did. That's why they had to put out so many albums of
Mm-hmm.
stuff after he died, y'all. If y'all wonder how did they get all these, or why did they keep releasing all the dead, I say dead albums, but albums after he passed, it was so his family could get the money that was contractually obligated to them, but he had to fulfill his contractual agreement. So,
Thank God he recorded so much.
yeah.
Man.
I just find it funny when they find missing soundtracks and missing stuff, because a few years ago they found stuff that they never knew Jimi Hendrix had.
Shut the fuck up.
And Jimi Hendrix has been dead since the 70s.
Right. I wonder, like, how do you even dig? It ain't like it's just on some guy's MacBook. You know what I mean? It wasn't like, oh, fuck, I forgot this is Jimmy's track,
Right.
Like, what did they
How did
do?
you come across that?
Somebody had to dig through a box and find this shit.
Hell
y'all.
yes.
I figure some elderly family member may have died, and there was some things laying around.
Right.
When that happens, you inherit stuff, and you don't think anything about it, so you're looking through.
And you come across some unreleased
Jimi Hendrix. Man, there's no telling what that could be worth. Like, just imagine approaching a motherfucker like
20 mil.
like Dr. Dre, and be like, hey, I got this unreleased Jimi Hendrix stuff. 20 mil, you can sample and have all rights to all of it. You know what I mean? Like, like, ain't no telling what something like that would be worth.
Then you can release it on your own if you want to. Go
You
for
do
what you
whatever.
want.
You can have full rights.
Give me
Nobody,
20 mil.
Yes.
What's a record label's timeline with owning a product, though?
I mean, it just depends on the contract.
Yeah.
That's a contractual thing. Like,
Shout out
whatever.
to Prince. He had all his masters.
Yeah, the key is to get the masters to your shit. I don't know if Jimmy had the masters. Probably not.
Yeah, probably not. Not
I
back
don't
then
know.
during that time.
Right. Especially.
Studios would have had all the power back then.
Yeah.
But it's
So,
not just him. I mean,
Different day and age.
Everybody.
I think only really the Beatles and maybe the Stones would have had the full power to have their stuff.
Right.
But you're
And then
talking
Michael
about-
bought the masters for the Beatles, and the Stones, I think they bought theirs back. I think they got
they
theirs.
got
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike, can you imagine? Yeah, Mike just bought your masters. Why? What are
What?
you doing? Like, why are you buying
It was
this
while they
shit?
were shooting a video, too.
Really?
He had to see him the next day.
Oh, man.
Well, the funny part about it is like, you
Hey,
gotta be
guys.
Hi, guys.
Hi, I just want to let you know that
No hard feelings.
no hard feelings.
I gave you
$36
$36 million, honey.
careful. Well, the funniest one was actually a Johnny Cash story.
Oh.
Preparation H tried to buy Ring of Fire the rights to use it for a commercial from his family. They're like, no,
No.
we're not going to allow
No.
one of his great songs to be a Hemorrhoid commercial.
What?
You know what? His opinion doesn't even matter. Run it. Fuck it. Right? His ego is not going to be hurt at all. Run that shit. So,
Man, I wonder how much they were trying to do it for.
I don't know. I have no idea. I would do music for a hemorrhoid commercial for Johnny Cash type of money, Call me tomorrow, I'll run your stuff, you know what I mean?
He about to go to pre-record it.
Is your tutor on fire? You know what I mean?
Though, we
Having
think
problems
about
with your
all- But one of the greatest musicians ever lived. How much stuff that Prince didn't release you think's out there?
Oh, man,
yeah.
he has a vault.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm
he
sure.
literally has a vault. They say he still got stuff on every single form. He has unreleased stuff on 8-track. He has unreleased stuff on reel to reel. He has unreleased stuff on CD, and he has unreleased digital shit. Like he's been just hoarding music throughout the decades.
Well,
Right.
and
Like,
he
yo.
thinks about himself too.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, now that he's passed on for many years, if his family or
We
somebody
have not made
like
any
this
barbecue
might
lately, Adam.
We'll start getting the untold or the
Ooh.
unreleased.
I think they
Prince
sold the rights over to Sony though.
Really?
Yeah, no, Warner. Wasn't Warner who he was signed with before? Whoever it was that he was signed with before, and when he put Slave on his face, they got he's back under them again.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, man, that's some shit right there.
Right.
That's evil. That's evil,
Some people are just good at what they do.
bro. Of all the people that he didn't want to have his shit, what the fuck? Damn.
So,
That's about it though, bro.
that's it?
We had like an hour and a half.
Okay, yeah, we are at an hour and a half.
It was nice seeing everybody.
Yeah, we're just doing a Super Tuesday update here and kind of letting people know what's going on. And
Stop voting for Biden. God damn it. Sorry.
I feel bad Bernie didn't stand a snowball chance in hell in Tennessee.
Oh, God.
oh, you're working on the cabinet smoker. Okay, Adam. I remember the message you sent me, Adam. Holman, I've got a file cabinet smoker in there. He knew about it. He was asking me questions about it. So,
Okay.
yeah, it's getting into barbecue season.
Mm-hmm.
We might do a barbecue competition. We're batting the idea around. We thought about it, y'all.
Shut up and cook.
Shut up and grill.
Shut up and grill.
And then
You
we'll
thought about this.
look.
All right, yeah.
Then we'll have the flyer will be a big gold grill with the smoke coming out. Yeah,
Nice.
you know what I'm saying? Shut up and grill.
Who's all for a shut up and grill? Tag somebody that is a great grillsman.
Yeah.
Or grillswoman.
Grill master.
Yeah, grill master.
Grill master.
Tag your local grill master.
Yeah.
We might really do a shut up and grill out here. We can do that easily.
You know,
Yeah, that'd be
they do
easy.
By the
honor
Chickasaw
something
Trace?
else, too.
What?
Everybody honors the main stuff. Side dishes make up just as much important things.
Oh yeah.
Like those baked beans or that potato salad.
Right.
You can have a good main thing, but if the rest of it's bad, it just ruins it.
Yeah,
You're
that's
right.
true. That's
You're
very
right.
true.
And we need a sweet potato pie competition.
Sweet potato. Okay. Is that what you want?
I don't even eat sweet potato pie. I just know it's gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a really heated judgment right there.
Right.
People
Sweet
gonna be-
potatoes is the nicest, most beautiful, precious thing ever put on there.
He said the nicest, most beautiful, precious thing.
He said, "You don't eat them. Let me familiarize you."
Yeah, let me remind
You
you.
didn't
something.
know.
I had a sweet potato today, so
Oh, I got to the point where, like, if I go to Logan's or something,
that's where I got my sweet potato
Oh.
today from Logan's.
We need to shut up and
I
go.
do feel like a small child though when I get it loaded and there's the marshmallow.
Yeah, marshmallows, and you get loaded marshmallows, caramel, cinnamon, brown sugar. Wonderful, fucking wonderful, y'all.
Fucking wonderful. A whole new accent came
Yeah,
out.
fucking wonderful.
That's the God.
Yeah.
Meat with potatoes is just it's almost what it was intended to be.
Right. So the meat with potatoes, that's the fastest way to get fluffy though, y'all. So don't listen to us. Don't do meat with potatoes. That's the fastest way to get fluffy on planet Earth. And then followed up with some cheap ass noodles. Fucked up. Fucked all the way up.
Well, that's another thing I've always loved. It's like quality spaghetti, which is so hard to find.
Yeah.
Because I always love when somebody makes cheap ass spaghetti. It's like, oh, this is great. You take a taste of it. It's like, your sauce sucks and your noodles are hard.
Your noodles are hard.
Right. Hey, but what was Kylie's Twitter?
Oh, they said that she was trying to do black fishing and look like Beyonce.
Black facing?
Black fishing,
Fishing.
where you look like you're black.
That's black facing.
No, black fishing.
No, that's black facing.
Twitter calls it black fishing.
Okay, fuck. What Twitter? Look,
It's
I'm telling you.
blackface.
it's black face.
But it wasn't black face. She just put on darker stuff and then like had different highlights, made her
It's
nose
still
look a little
blackface.
different. Yeah, but
black.
they call it black fishing.
Oh wow.
Apparently, it's a big thing. Like Instagram models and stuff, like to look more tannish, they take it too far. And like
Why don't they just use Photoshop? They can be all the way a nigga on Photoshop.
other people take your picture if you're famous while you're out and about.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. That's true.
So they just rely on makeup.
Wow.
Yeah,
Black fishing.
black fishing, like
That's
cat
what I
fishing.
Yeah. Black fishing.
Yeah.
It's blackface, y'all. Don't be fooled. Same shit. Okay.
Everything's got to have a goddamn name.
Yeah, they changed the name of shit. You know what I mean? Like,
You got
like,
some votes.
huh?
I said who would vote for you, and you already got 8.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh well, there we go. Like,
Somebody said,
I remember
"Fuck yeah."
when Trap. Somebody said what?
Fuck yeah.
Oh, I thought you said fuck you. I was like, hey, we're about to. You had the whole show about to take another turn. Fuck you. Hold on. Who is this? I'll ruin your life in 5 days, motherfucker. But like, you remember when trap music used to be a form of techno music, but now it's literally gangster rap, I guess.
Yes.
You know, gangster rap is now trap. Trap used to be, you know what I mean? Like,
We're everywhere. Let us get our hands on it.
Right.
It's gonna be some
I feel
shit.
so bad. Most of the music I listen to, latest it comes is like in the 90s.
right, exactly. So they don't make music like they used to. That's a topic for another day. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate all the support you guys give us. I appreciate everything that y'all do for us. You know, keeping us alive here, listening to us for an hour and a half of your Sunday. You know, Fridays we've been spinning records on my personal page. Add Demario Liggins if you need to, but it's not a lot of space on there. You know, I'm like at 4,980 people, just because I just deleted a bunch of inactive accounts. But yeah, we're spinning records on Friday nights for you homebodies that's cleaning the kitchen and just want somebody to talk to and listen to music with. We chilling on Fridays.
Yeah, we chilling.
So,
Hell
yeah. So, Josh, thank you for coming on, man.
Ones in the
Always enjoy it.
All
Always
right.
enjoy it.
He's our historian, our political analyst. He keeps up with it, and we put him on here on a platform to tell you about it. So
he's gonna be our future speechwriter also.
Yeah.
I'm
not coming out there unarmed.
Yeah.
You did quality ones, but don't ever make the mistake George W. used to. They use words he couldn't pronounce.
Oh, right.
Yeah, Josh, we're gonna have to talk beforehand, man. Make sure.
You ever think maybe there's just an asshole back there that's like, he can't say this word, everyone put it in 4 times?
Right. That's true.
Suspicious.
All right, guys. Any closing statements, Brandon, before I...
Be blessed. Don't stress. Life's just a test. We'll see you back on the mothership next week. Same place, same time. We ain't gonna be that hard to find.
All right. Everybody, once again, WhoDat?
WhoDat?
The other day, these Ameri jeans cost me 2.5K. I know I on my ex bitches feel like shit today. I pull up in old school, running rich just down and